Hey everybody, this is True Disciple bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. Today I'm bringing you a nice ZVT. I haven't seen this game yet, but I've been told that it's decent. So this is a nice ZVT between our buddy DeLoAdEr playing the Yellow Terran, spawning here on the 2 o'clock location on Lost Temple. And he is facing Splatto, who is playing the Teal Zerg, spawning down in the or on the right side of the map. So that would probably be about the 8 o'clock location. For those of you who watched my previous casts, you'll know that DeLoAdEr recently played up against Hasu, and while Hasu did win that series of 3. DeLoAdEr put up a valiant fight, winning the second game and putting up a very, very good battle in the first matchup. Of course, then Hasu did go on to win with superior Phoenix Micro in the second game, which was really quite incredible. So for now, let's see what's going on with these players. So nothing really going on yet. We see that the Zerg player is up to 14 supply, so Splatto's up to 14 supply. So he's either going to do a fast expand or get a 14 pool. Meanwhile, we see that DeLoAdEr going down for a pretty early gas on 13, racks on 12. So still pretty standard. But we might be seeing either some early Reapers or maybe early upgrades, or maybe he's going for some kind of tech build. So here we go with an early hatch for Splatto, which this is definitely these are favorite spawning points for this for a 14 hatch, because they're spawning so far away from each other that it's really a good spot for Splatto to be in, to do a fast expand. However, he did not scout up in this area of the map yet. So I mean, if DeLoAdEr had happened to spawn up there, then that might have been a problem for Splatto, especially if any kind of rush was coming. So, but we got the spawning pool coming. It's about halfway complete. Meanwhile, Splatto just continuing to drone up, and we got DeLoAdEr pumping out his second Marine. It doesn't appear that neither one of them has scouted each other yet. And so, but here we got observers heading out. I mean, overlords heading out. Observers. That's a big observer, isn't it now? So, meanwhile, let's see. We just got more supply depots going down, and a factory going down, and a tech lab being built. So I'll be interested to see whether this tech lab is actually for the barracks or not. But we'll find out soon enough, I guess. So second gas already down, so I'm assuming some kind of tech, maybe fast banshees or something like that. In the meantime, the spawning pool is up. I don't know if we have any Zerglings on the map yet. We have 4 Zerglings in production to get rid of this scout. So, but DeLoAdEr sees the early expansion. He knows that there's no kind of rush coming, so he's got to feel comfortable about sitting here and building up his forces. Meanwhile, we got this Overlord just hanging out here, looking for an expansion here. This is a good place to put your Overlords on maps like this, where you can kind of look over the person's expansion without being seen by their ground forces. Meanwhile, DeLoAdEr able to bring his SCV home safely, but there'll be no more scouting for him there. And very smart, Splatto placing his troops at the Xel'Naga Watchtower to keep an eye on what's going on, and sending in a quick SCV to scout. So against Terrans, it's been said by others before, but against Terrans they tend to wall off, but you can always jump up this ramp, and they tend to put a lot of their structures right in the front here, and you get to see what kills you. The amount of Marines you see can determine a lot. But here comes a fast Hellion coming out for DeLoAdEr for a little bit of harass, and in the meantime a starport going down, so he is going for that 1-1-1 build, and he has a Ghost Academy up. So I'll be interested to see what he's planning on doing with that Ghost Academy. So meanwhile, roaches are coming out for the Zerg player, for Splatto, which definitely is the proper response to this Hellion harass. So he's got his roaches up, and he's got his spine crawler. Meanwhile, DeLoAdEr looking to hunt down these Zerglings, getting some free kills up here, so that these Zerglings can't get any scouting information. And a bunker going down for DeLoAdEr. And we already have 2 ghosts here. I'm very interested to see what is being planned with these ghosts. Cloak is not being researched at this time, so I'm wondering if he's just using it for snipe. I mean, I don't know though, because I mean, EMP is pretty worthless against Zerg, although it does work if they go for higher tech caster units. But I mean, just to remove the energy of something that you don't know is coming, definitely not. So maybe we're looking at some snipes here. But here they come. They're coming in with the drop, and Cloak is still not being researched, so I guess maybe he's just going to come in here and snipe some drones. Keep in mind that snipe does 45 damage, which is the exact amount of health of, well, it's the exact amount of health of SCV, I believe. Yes, SCV. Well, still, it will one-shot those, and oh, he can kill the... Wow, that was beautiful. You know, I've never seen that before. That was actually a very, very beautiful play. I've never seen anything like that before. Sniping the queen, and that will really hurt the economy of the Zerg player, who will be unable to use that spawn larva for a while until he can pump out a new queen. And here, wow, this harassment is beautiful. This harassment is great. Just coming in here, dropping down, killing a couple of drones, until finally Splatto has smartly placed his roaches in places where he can handle them. But now they have enough to snipe, and they snipe that queen. And with the medevac healing, I mean, this is just incredible play. This harass is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this before. And Cloak's still not coming, but we do see that the glial reconstitution is coming for those roaches. So, and now from up here, able to snipe anybody on these minerals here. He will not be until Splatto is able to deal with this harass up here. He will not be able to mine from here. So, but here it comes again. And look at this! Look at this! A Viking in play here to snipe the overlords. And the only thing to defend is that queen. And so this is a very good play from DeLoAdEr, coming in, sniping the queen, sniping the only anti-air available, and then following up with a single Viking to deal with, to just hunt and kill overlords, or 2 Vikings even. So, but this queen coming down to come and deal with this. Meanwhile, we see ventral sacs being almost finished being researched for Splatto. So I guess maybe we're going to see some kind of doom drop here of some kind. With roaches into DeLoAdEr's base. But in the meantime, these ghosts are coming in. They are just coming around sniping everything that they can. Whoa, but that's going to be the end of that harass for now. So let's check out the army size here and what's going on. So the army sizes are pretty close. We see that Splatto still has a relative lead because of that early that expansion. Despite the harassment, Splatto has been able to keep up his macro quite well and keep up his bases quite well. And this for you know, anybody who's from bronze to platinum, you can really learn from this. It's really important to keep your cool under harassment, because you can still come out on top despite the harassment. So meanwhile, we see Stimpack and Concussive Shell going down. Siege Tech being researched, so it looks like DeLoAdEr is making a swap into this bio build supported by siege tanks. But meanwhile, here comes the drop, and I wonder if DeLoAdEr has enough to handle this right now. That is a lot of roaches, but he's using that snipe effectively, sniping out a few of them, but there's just way too many at this time. And there they go, just tearing up DeLoAdEr's forces. And I'm not sure if DeLoAdEr is going to be able to deal with this. This harass is massive right now. This is a beautiful drop. You know, I've rarely seen Zerg players go for those ventral sacs so soon. But when you think about it, they only cost 200 minerals and 200 gas, the cost of 2 medevacs, and you turn every single one of your overlords basically into a drop ship. Which I think is definitely quite worth it. So, but it does look like DeLoAdEr in the end might be able to clean this up with the siege tanks and with the constant reinforcements coming from his barracks. And DeLoAdEr smartly replacing his rally points in the other direction so that they're behind the building, and abusing the range of 6 that the Marauders have. And Marauder's able to deal effectively with these roaches. I have to say, well played by DeLoAdEr, and well played by Splatto as well. That drop was definitely incredible. And now moving out again, DeLoAdEr with these Vikings to snipe some overlords and scout at the same time. These are getting a couple of Vikings out against the Zerg is usually very effective, and it can help you out later on if they end up going Mutalisk as well, as they have almost twice the range. In fact, I think they actually do have over twice the range of, yes, they have a range of 9, whereas Mutalisks only have a range of, I believe, 3 or 4. I think 4. And so, I mean, yeah, you can definitely use those effectively. Meanwhile, we have Overseer morphing here, and we're moving into Hydralisk, it looks like. Meanwhile, something's going on here. There it is. I missed this drop, but there we go, sniping out some queens. But look at all these queens, and Splatto, very effective with these queens, pulling out as many queens as possible. They are meat shields, they can heal each other, and they're just very effective for base defense as long as they're on the creep. And we see that Groove Spines is about to finish, so we're looking for a heavy Hydralisk build, but it looks like Splatto's hand may have been revealed here, and I think that DeLoAdEr will be expecting the Hydralisk now that he saw the Hydralisk during that harassment. And here come the Vikings, coming from the other side, seeing if they can get in there since they saw the queens were all the way down to the other side of the base, but that will not be effective right now. In the meantime, we see Marauders and Marines coming out. We have another hatchery going down over here, and it doesn't look like he's going to... Nope, DeLoAdEr did not scout that. Let's just check to be sure and see if he actually saw it. No, he has not seen that. So he's pulling his Vikings back to his base, and he's pumping out some more Marauders, Marines, and he's got a sizable little force here. Let's check the army count right now. So right now he's falling behind. DeLoAdEr's only at 53 supply, but I think it's due to his worker count. We're gonna check the income tab real quick here, and yeah, those of you who watched my first game, I know I got a lot of people that wrote me and said, "Hey, True, you need to learn the hotkeys for the different tabs within games." And so thank you for that comment. And I have to say that by learning the hotkeys that it is a lot faster. Look and see what's going on. So we do see that Splatto is well ahead of DeLoAdEr, especially in Vespene, and in the Harvester count. And I just don't know if DeLoAdEr will be able to come back from a deficit like this, where his army is, I mean, Splatto's army is a lot larger. Well, I guess it's only relatively larger, but he's able to macro that up a lot faster. He's got this other base where he's already been able to transfer some drones over, and he's got this very nice army here, and he's doing some good Mutalisk harass at the same time, keeping DeLoAdEr busy. And I think that the longer that he keeps DeLoAdEr busy, the more he's going to be falling behind in the macro. So let's check again on that income tab, and you see he's got half of the income, both in minerals and in Vespene gas, that Splatto does. And if this continues for long, there is no possible way that the DeLoAdEr will be able to cope with the army size that Splatto will be able to throw at him. And on top of that, Splatto, being the Zerg player that he is, will just be able to respawn that whole army if he loses it. I mean, he'll start to be able to just throw units at DeLoAdEr constantly.